Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi and hi, I am Muhammad Razia Mahathir. Today I'm going to talk about maritime disaster, which is the SS Eastland Disaster. I think everyone knows the disaster of Titanic, where the ship sinks and there isn't enough lifeboat on the ships. So a lot of people didn't manage to get into lifeboats because there are insufficient of them. So after the incident of the Titanic, the maritime law changed. They require ships to be filled with lifeboats so that they can fill all the passengers into the lifeboat in case the ship sinks. And so the law is applied to every ship. So the irony of this disaster is that law actually kills more people than Titanic ever does. How? The SS Eastland disaster caused by a ship that was filled with lifeboats. Okay, it's like this ship, then the lifeboats all around it. Those lifeboats are heavy, like so heavy, and so the ships are heavy on the top side of it because it was filled with lifeboats. And the regulations make sure that the ships have enough lifeboats to carry the passengers, but it's never checked the stability of the ships. It's called a capacity loophole. They increase the passenger capacity if they need. The law also allowed ship operators to increase their passenger capacity if they add more lifeboats. So by adding more lifeboats, they can add more passenger. And company does that for money, obviously. The more people pay for the tickets for the ship, they get more money. And so they add the lifeboat so they can add more people and they get more money. But they didn't take into account the ship's stability. So during the day of the accident, the passengers filled the ship. Okay, the passenger has on board of the ships, and while they were on board, before sailing away, they gathered at the port side of the ships to wave goodbye to their families and their friends. When all the passengers gathered at one side of the ship, and the ship which already unstable by the heavy lifeboats that were filled more than the ship can handle, tumbled aside, and the ship sank. And this is funny because it's not funny, but it is irony, because actually this disaster killed a lot more people than the Titanic. It killed 844 passengers, while Titanic estimatedly killed 820 to 830 passengers. So this disaster actually killed a lot more Titanic, and it was killed because of the law that was implied because of what happened to Titanic. But this disaster is not as famous as Titanic. And why? Because the judge actually tried to kill this case. The case, right? It wasn't win by the people. There's a legal fallout. No justice. Despite the horrific loss of life, no one was ever held criminally responsible. A jury took less than 2 hours to acquit the captain and crew, and civil suits dragged on for years, and little compensations, almost nothing for the families.